If you're 65 to 80 and can still do this, you're exceptional. A key to healthy aging. Have you ever wondered what makes someone truly exceptional as they age? At 65, 70, or even 80, many of us start to feel like slowing down is just part of the process. But what if I told you that there's a secret that could actually help you stay healthier, stronger, and more vibrant than you ever imagined? What if I told you that the key to aging well isn't just about avoiding illness, but about continuing to live a full, active, and passionate life? Stick with me until the end of this video, because I'll be sharing that secret, something so simple yet so powerful that it could change your life as you age. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at someone in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s and thought, wow, they're aging so gracefully. What are they doing that I'm not? It's easy to think that these individuals have some magic formula or extraordinary secret. But let me tell you, they don't. The truth is, it's not magic at all. There's something specific they're doing, something that keeps them sharp, strong, and engaged. The good news is, you can do it too. And the best part, it doesn't require some radical change to your routine. But before we dive into this powerful secret, let me ask you a quick question. Are you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, and don't forget to click on the bell so you get notified whenever I post more tips to help you live your best life. Trust me, you'll want to stay tuned for everything that's coming up in this video. So, what's the secret? You'll find out soon. But first, let's talk about healthy aging and why it matters. Most people assume that aging means slowing down, that things like mobility, energy, and mental sharpness will inevitably fade away as the years go by. But here's the thing, aging doesn't have to be a downhill slope. Not if you're proactive, not if you're willing to take the steps to keep your body and mind in shape. Think about it. What if, instead of simply accepting the idea that aging means discomfort or limitation, we embrace the possibility that it could be just the opposite? What if it meant growing wiser, stronger, more resilient, and yes, even more vibrant? Now, if you're someone who's already thinking, that sounds amazing, but how do I even start? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In fact, if you're someone who's tired of feeling like age is creeping up on you and affecting your day-to-day life, then this video is exactly what you need. We're going to dig deep into the science of healthy aging, the habits that can keep you feeling young, and most importantly, the one thing that sets the exceptional apart from the rest. Before I dive into that though, let me ask, have you ever felt stuck? Like you're doing all the right things, eating right, exercising, getting enough sleep, but still don't feel quite as vibrant as you could? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is where a lot of people get frustrated. They follow the standard advice, but it doesn't always seem to make a difference. So why does that happen? And how can we break free from that? Well, in the next few minutes, I'm going to share a powerful piece of the puzzle that many people miss when it comes to healthy aging. And trust me, this simple change will make a huge difference in how you feel and how you age. But here's the catch. You have to stick around until the end of this video to find out what it is. So, here's what I want you to do next. Hit that like button if you're ready to learn more about how you can age healthily and stay vibrant, no matter your age. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so now. You won't want to miss the next steps I'm about to share. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll be diving into how to truly understand what healthy aging looks like and how you can start making it a part of your everyday life. Are you ready? Let's keep going. And don't forget, the secret I promised is coming up next. So now that we've set the stage, let's talk about what healthy aging really looks like. I know it sounds like a big question, but when you break it down, there are actually a few simple things that make all the difference. And guess what? You can start doing them right now. Let's begin with something that many of us tend to overlook: physical health. It's easy to think that as we age, our bodies just naturally slow down. But that doesn't have to be the case. In fact, people who maintain their mobility, strength, and balance into their 70s and beyond are the ones who truly live life on their terms. And it's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. No, It's about staying active in ways that keep your body engaged. Walking, stretching, maybe even doing some light resistance training. It's those simple actions that can make a world of difference. Now tell me, have you ever thought, I'm getting older, so I should just take it easy? Well, I've got a question for you. Do you want to live your later years feeling restricted by your body, or do you want to feel strong, independent, and ready for anything? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and comment, 1, if you agree that staying physically active is key to healthy aging. Or comment, 2, if you think it's time to start taking more action to improve your strength. I'll be reading your comments, and who knows, your experience might even inspire others. But it's not just about physical health. Cognitive health is just as important. Think about it. We all have that one family member or friend who's sharp as a tack, even in their 80s or 90s. Why is that? Well, it's because they've kept their minds active. Just like your body, your brain needs exercise too. Doing puzzles, reading, learning new things, these all help keep your mind nimble. Let me ask you, when was the last time you challenged yourself mentally? Maybe it's been a while, but don't worry, it's never too late to start. You don't have to suddenly become a crossword puzzle master or learn to speak a new language overnight. But you can start by incorporating little brain exercises into your routine. Read a new book, do a Sudoku puzzle, or even pick up a new hobby that challenges you in a different way. I want you to take a moment and think about it. What's one thing you could start doing today to keep your brain sharp? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe it's something you already do, or maybe it's a new activity you're thinking about trying. Either way, share with me what's been working for you. Now, let's talk about something that often gets pushed aside when we're thinking about aging: emotional health and social connections. Have you ever noticed how important it is to stay connected with others as we grow older? It's not just about having someone to chat with. Social connections have been shown to be a huge factor in how we feel as we age. The more engaged you are socially, the better you tend to feel emotionally. I've seen it time and time again with people in my community. When they stay involved in social groups, volunteer, or even just make a point to stay in touch with family and friends, they stay healthier. They're not just living longer, they're living better. So let me ask you this: how do you stay connected with others? Do you make time for friends, family, or social groups? If you're someone who's noticed how important socializing is for your own well-being, drop a yes in the comments. I want to hear how you stay engaged with your community and loved ones. Here's the thing. When it comes to healthy aging, it's all about balance. It's not just about one of these areas. It's about physical, cognitive, and social health working together. And if you're wondering how to start bringing all of this into your life, don't worry. I've got some great strategies for you coming up in the next part. But first, here's a quick reminder. Have you hit that subscribe button yet? If not, go ahead and click it now. You don't want to miss the next steps where we'll dive into specific ways you can enhance your physical, mental, and emotional health. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to give it a like. It's a simple way to let me know that you're enjoying this content and that I should keep it coming. We're almost there, but before we move on to the next part, I want you to reflect on this. What's one small thing you can do today to stay sharp, stay active, and stay connected? It could be something simple, a short walk, a call to a friend, or even picking up a new book. But I promise you, making those small changes will add up over time, and you'll be amazed at the difference they can make. So stick around, because coming up next, we'll explore exactly how to start building these healthy aging habits into your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So now, you might be wondering, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually start putting these things into practice? How do I get from theory to action? Well, let me tell you, it's easier than you think. And don't worry, I'm here to guide you through it step by step. First things first, let's talk about physical health. If you've been thinking about ways to get moving more regularly, but just haven't quite gotten started, you're not alone. A lot of people feel that way, especially as they get older. But here's the secret. You don't have to go all in right away. Small steps can make a huge difference. The key is consistency. Even something as simple as a 15-minute walk each day can work wonders for your body. Think about it. Walking gets your blood flowing, strengthens your legs, and improves your heart health, and that's just the beginning. But here's something you might not know. The simple act of walking can also improve your mood and mental clarity. How amazing is that? If you've been wanting to start walking more, why not take your first step today? Literally. Go for a short walk, even if it's just around the block. Trust me, you'll feel better afterward. But hey, I know it's easy to say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm too busy today." So here's what I want you to do. Comment, "I'm in." If you're going to take a small step today toward better physical health, whether that's walking, stretching, or even just standing up and moving around more frequently, I want to hear from you. Let's hold each other accountable, okay? Now, let's talk about mental health. Remember how I mentioned keeping your mind active? It doesn't have to be anything overwhelming. You don't need to solve a Sudoku puzzle every day or read a novel in one sitting. It's about keeping your brain engaged in whatever way works for you. Here's a fun idea. How about picking up a new hobby? Maybe it's something you've always been interested in but never had time for. Painting, writing, gardening, or perhaps learning to cook a new recipe. The possibilities are endless. The point is, when you challenge your brain, whether through creative pursuits or learning something new, you're giving it a workout. And guess what? Just like your muscles, the more you use your brain, the stronger it gets. But I want you to think about it. What's one new thing you can start today to keep your mind sharp? Maybe you've got a book you've been meaning to read, or maybe there's a new skill you've always wanted to learn. Drop a yes in the comments if you're going to take one small step today to challenge your mind. Whether it's reading a chapter of a book, trying a new puzzle, or signing up for an online class, I'd love to hear what you're going to do. And here's a little reminder, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. You won't want to miss the final part of this video, where we'll talk about emotional well-being and social health, which is just as crucial to healthy aging. Finally, let's dive into social connections, the part of healthy aging that often gets neglected. You might be thinking, "I'm too busy," or "I don't have time to socialize." But let me ask you this. When was the last time you reached out to a friend or family member just to say hello? I bet it's been a while for many of us, especially as life gets busy. But here's the thing. Maintaining those social bonds is one of the most important things you can do for your emotional health. In fact, research shows that staying socially active can help you live longer, and, more importantly, it can make your later years more fulfilling. So, how do you start? It could be as simple as calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or attending a local community event. The goal isn't to overwhelm yourself, but rather to find ways to stay connected to the people who bring you joy and support. Comment below if you're going to make an effort today to reconnect with someone, whether it's a phone call, a visit, or simply sending a message. I'd love to know who you're going to reach out to. And remember, your social circle doesn't have to be huge. It's about quality, not quantity. Alright, before we move on, I've got one last thing to say. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps so much in keeping this channel going, and I really appreciate your support. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another video packed with tips on how to age healthily and live your best life. So now that we've covered the basics of how to stay physically, mentally, and socially active, take a moment to think about it all. Which of these steps are you going to take first? What's the one thing you can do today that will move you closer to becoming the exceptional version of yourself? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Stay with me, because in the next part, we're going to wrap all of this up and put it all together in a way that will leave you feeling motivated and ready to take action. Trust me, you won't want to miss the final steps. Alright, here we are, the final stretch. We've covered a lot of ground, and I hope you're starting to feel inspired about taking action in your own life. But before we wrap things up, let's quickly revisit what we've learned so far. We started by talking about healthy aging and the importance of keeping your body, mind, and social connections strong as you age. I shared the secret that many people who age exceptionally well know. It's all about staying active, staying engaged, and staying connected. And that's not just a catchy phrase, it's backed by science. When you take care of your body, challenge your mind, and nurture your relationships, you're giving yourself the best chance at living a long, vibrant life. Now, I know you might be thinking, that sounds great, but can I really do it? The answer is a resounding yes. And here's why. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about those small steps, those little changes that, over time, build up into something much bigger. So don't overwhelm yourself. Start small. Whether it's adding a few minutes of exercise to your day, reading a chapter of a book, or picking up the phone to call a friend, those things matter. They make a difference. I want to take a moment to remind you, you are capable of this. You don't need to wait until tomorrow or next week to make a change. Today is the day to start. It's never too late to make small improvements that lead to big results. I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. Now, if you've been enjoying this content and feel ready to dive into these changes, I encourage you to like this video and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Let's spread this message of healthy aging and inspire more people to take action. Comment below if you're ready to start today. What's one thing you're going to do to move closer to becoming the exceptional version of yourself? And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for more tips, strategies, and encouragement to keep living your best life as you age. I'm here to support you in this journey, and you definitely don't want to miss what's coming up next. Make sure to hit the bell for notifications so you never miss an update. Before I finish up, I want to take a moment to thank you. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. Thank you for being someone who is interested in living a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. That alone is a sign of how exceptional you already are. So give yourself some credit, and know that you're already on the right path. In closing, remember, the journey of aging well isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every little step you take toward improving your physical, mental, and social health is a step in the right direction. So keep moving forward, stay engaged, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay exceptional and take care.